So, in the previous lesson we have learned how to create indoor tour or indoor audio guide for our museum. And now we are going to create our first outdoor city tour around a few places in Stockholm. So we just log into the CMS. So let's create our first city tour. I click Create Tour button and I got a very simple pop-up window with a very simple form. Of course I have to provide tour name, which is my first Stockholm tour. Playback type. Playback type we leave it random. There are other options like quest. We will discuss that in our next lesson. For now we leave it random. Category walking, as we are creating regular walking tour. And language I leave English. Finally I click button create. And tour has been created. Automatically system sends me to the page with the tour general properties. On this page we can make a tour introduction story with audio and pictures, some photos of course, that will generally explain what is our tour is about. And so I go to my script. Copy text, paste it in a description field. Then I choose audio file. And it's been uploaded. Then just like as earlier, I click button save. So the introduction story saved. Now I go to the tab images and upload a few pictures for the tour. For the introduction story of the tour. That's it. Okay, I can add one more. Nice picture of Stockholm. Now let's click button tour on the left top corner. And we will get to the page with the map and the list of all stories of our tour. The list should be on the left side of the map. Naturally it is empty now as we don't have any stories yet. To create tourist attraction or point of interest, we have to find the place on the map to pin it. There is some search field. And I enter there Stockholm. You may enter the exact address here, or find the city and then locate the place on the map. So I simply type Stockholm, select Stockholm, and zoom it in. This is the Stockholm, and our first tourist attraction will be somewhere here. It's called Stortorget, the big square. One important thing, while making search for the place, like Stockholm, entering Stockholm, make sure that on the right drop-down menu there is selected Google. Then it will search the Google in Google Maps. Other options are needed very rarely. So we click Stockholm and find location of our first place called Stortorget, or the big square. Then I click icon pin at the toolbar, and our cursor became of a mouse, of a cross shape. Now we have to click on the map where we want that pin to be, here. The small pop-up window with a simple form appears. Of course we have to enter here the name of our point of interest, Stortorget. And English is a language. I click button save. Aside from the pin, you can see a pink area of a round shape, which we call trigger zone. The phone knows your location using GPS, so when the traveler steps into the trigger zone, the story starts playing automatically. Actually, trigger zone can be of any shape. Let's assume that I want a different shape. So I have to delete this shape first. I click on this shape, on this trigger zone, and then you may see that the trash bin or recycle bin icon become available at the toolbar. So I click on it and confirm that I want to delete it. The pin actually stays. As you see, the trigger zone was deleted, but the pin stays. Now I have to select the shape for the trigger zone. As you see, there are two options in the toolbar: round shape and polygon shape. So I select polygon and then I start clicking on a map, and as first we make a triangle. On each side of the triangle you see small circles in the middle. You may drag them. You may as you see, the cursor is changing when I move around this circle in the middle of the side, and then I can drag it, and then I can make as many angles in my polygon as I want. It can be of any shape. So let's assume it's ready. Well, actually you can also change the place of your pin. You can just simply drag it and put where you want. So we set our first tourist attraction or point of interest, and it's trigger zone. Now let's attach audio file and pictures. Therefore we have to click on our story title in the list of the stories. Oh, I forgot to save. So I first have to click button save, of course. And then I have to click on the name of the story. Then I got to the property page of this story. So just like we did earlier, I copy paste a story from my script. Copy, paste. Then I choose file. Start on it. Select the file. It's exactly the same way as we did for the museums. And then I click save. Then I go to images. Then I upload image. I won't upload many images, just one, as we already know how to do that. And we know that there might be many pictures per story. So when we are done with this story, we go back to the tour page, clicking tour at the top left corner, and start making next story. So we just simply take another pin, place it. It asks me next story, name, next tourist attraction name. I click save. It's placed it here. So, and so on and so on. Finally, we have entered all our stories. And the last thing to do to finalize our tour is to make a tour path or route. For that I have to click icon path in our tools bar. And then I can start at any point on the map. Every time I click, I got these rounds, which are anchors of our path. And you have to know that our path actually independent from our tourist attractions. So they are not bound to each other. Make it any way, or the most suitable way for your travelers to walk. And when you are happy, you click save, and our tour is ready. And remember, in the previous lesson I told you about visibility status. Right now the tour is in a hidden mode, available only for those who know the passcode. After checking the tour is okay, you can set its status to the visible to everyone, and all travelers can find it in the application. So let's do that. As you see on the left of the tour name, you see this icon, a drop-down menu with the statuses, and I select here everyone, set visible to everyone, confirm, and the tour is available to everyone. Now you can simply go to izi.TRAVEL application and check my first Stockholm tour is available. My first Stockholm tour. Itinerary, here are our objects, and we can enjoy. So that's it, our tour is ready.